We are on Keilim Parakaf Hey Mishnah Hey, 5th Mishnah in the 25th chapter of Masachet Keilim. We're continuing to talk about the rova and the rova and the chatzi rova. Okay, the quarter kav and then the eighth of the kav, or half of a quarter. What happens when liquid spills on the inside of one of them? And then we're going to talk about what happens if liquid spills on the outside of one of them. And we learned in the last Mishnah, we're going to repeat this, that if liquid spills on the inside of one of them, okay, then the other one is still tahor. And it's not like, because we could say maybe liquid spills on the outside of the first one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the last Mishnah. Nitma harova, if the rova becomes tameh, i.e. liquid spills tameh liquid on the inside of the rova, harova ve'acharav tameim, so the rova and its outside is tameh, v'chatzi harova ve'acharav tahorin, and the half rova and its outside are tahor. So this one is tameh, and this one is tahor. Now, obviously, I think what this means is, like, we're not, like, lichatchila, I wouldn't start messing with it and saying, oh, I can still use the other measuring cup. But let's say I found out afterwards that this was tameh, and then I had already used this. Can I assume that what I baked or whatever was tahor? Similarly, nitma chatzi harova, if the small one, the half rova, it becomes tameh, the eighth. Chatzi harova ve'acharav tamein, so it and its outsides are tameh. Harova ve'acharav tahorim. So also remember, we're talking about the outsides. These sides are tameh. So this one, the half rova are tameh, and the rova are tahorim. That's what the Mishnah says. You treat them as separate keilim. Okay, and that's the position of Rabbi Akiva, as we mentioned last time. Nidmeu acharei rova. What happened about the outside? Remember, we said the outside. If the outside of the kli becomes tameh, the outside is tameh, but not the inside. So then the Mishnah says acharei chatzi rova tahorim. Divrei Rabbi Meir. So let's say the outside. Rabbi Meir says you also look at it as two separate keilim, and if this part became tameh, this part is tahor. That's what Rabbi Meir says. You divide it up, just like you divide the inside. The Chachamim say, Ein chokim et hakavayim. Sorry, outside is outside. They share outsides, they're not split in the middle. Ugeshu matbil, when you take it to the mikvah, matbil ekulo. You don't dunk it in halfway. You dunk it in all the way. The way I would think about this relevant, let's say, for example, I have a toaster. A toaster in Israel doesn't mean a big toaster. It means a sandwich maker. That's what a toaster means in Israel. You say it in Hebrew, toaster. Okay? So the sandwich maker, let's say the electricity is on the bottom, so I don't want to tovel the whole thing, I just want to tovel the top. Says Rabbi Meir, no problem. Chachamim say, no way. You tovel the whole thing. Now the Bartanura says, interestingly, din dofen ha'emtza'i. What about the middle? So remember we said, if this is tamei, this is not. So we learned, the din dofen ha'emtza'i. This middle one, the Bartanura says, we learned before. Rabbi Yochanan ben Nuri says, chokim et ovyo. We split the thickness. So whatever, if this side became tamei, it goes halfway through. And we learned that way earlier, way back in chapter 2. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.